Coach Woods, as you wrap up the regular season, just kind of what have your thoughts been on the regular season as a whole, and specifically the last couple weeks of competition?
Um, as a whole, we've had what I think is a really productive indoor season in the regular season up to this point, especially on the women's team. We brought in, I think, almost uh, somewhere in the low teens. As far, I think it was 14 freshmen we brought in, and throughout the course of the year, we've had several individuals crack our top five all-time performances, one school record on the women's side. So, for where we are right now on that side, on the women's side, I think our production and development has been going probably ahead of pace of what the coaching staff has predicted up to this point. So we got to keep that momentum going. On the men's side, obviously, we took a little bit of a hit with Marco and Anderson both deciding to go pro. Um, Deservedly so. I mean, they worked hard and put themselves in a position to do that. But we still have been able to maintain great positions in the 800, the 4x4, the events in which we should have taken major hits was still in scoring positions. So we have to hold those scoring positions when we get to the conference meet and better those as well. So up to this point, I've been somewhat pleased with our development and progressions as we move forward into the championship season and into the outdoor season.
What does preparation for that championship season look like?
From a training standpoint, we're just trying to let the student athletes get their legs back. We've been into a heavy block the last few weeks, so from a training aspect, this week is just lightening the load a little bit, letting them get their legs back. From a mental standpoint, we've been preaching all year what it means and how difficult it is to score at the conference meet. We ran at some high level competitions. We've been all over the country competing against people from different conferences and people in our conference as well. So from a mental standpoint, we've been preparing for this moment and this weekend all year. Now it's just a matter of us as a coaching staff and the student athletes to go and execute what we've been preparing for all year.
It's been a couple weeks since we last talked, and going into those meets at Vanderbilt Clemson this past weekend, you talked a lot about jumping into qualifying position.
Sure.
What did you see in those meets particularly that maybe you're looking to see again in the SECs as you, again, have one more chance to qualify?
So I think the last time we competed, when we split the teams up and we went to Vanderbilt, we went to Clemson, we had somewhere in between 10 and 15 either personal best or season's best, which is that's exactly what you want going into a conference championship meet. You want to be performing at your best, not necessarily peaking, but right there at your best. So now that when we let their legs get back, we start to taper down a little bit. I expect a spike in everybody's performances from the running, throwing, and jumping areas. I expect spikes in everybody's performances, and that's where you want to do it at the conference championship meet.
And then just overall expectations going into this weekend and kind of what you think we should see from your team.
I think you're going to see a very high competitive spirit. What I want to see from our kids is just the tenacity and doing everything that they can do in his or her power to score 1 point. I mean, just scratch and claw and dig and never give up to score 1 point. If we have that attitude from everybody, from top to bottom, men and women, if everybody goes in there with the attitude that they're going to fight and claw and scratch for every single point, we're going to leave that meet with our heads high. As a coaching staff, we're going to be proud of our kids. This is the most competitive track and field event on the indoor circuit, period. And so it's not easy to score points. And if we have our individuals on our team with the mindset that they're going to go in there and score points, we're going to leave out feeling pretty good about ourselves and with a lot of momentum as we approach the outdoor season. So what I want to see is people scoring points.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, man.